Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm trying to find the light. It's not working really very well because today's a really gloomy day. You can see it's not the best day. The weather is not the best, so I'm heading off, or trying to head off, to the Bernhard Willhelm exhibition. Bernhard Willhelm, a German designer that studied in Antwerp, and I've been a fan of his mid to late 2000s, and then kind of lost track of him. We lost track of each other. But let's see. I mean, this exhibition is, I think, all about his Fall/Winter 15 collection, which is a depiction of the year 3000, I would suppose, like something apocalyptic in a way. So the new Mad Max movies coming out, all these sort of things. I mean, you never know. Anyway, so maybe it's going to be interesting. I'm going to try to take you along with me if I make it to 5 p.m. to get into the exhibition. Otherwise, there's going to be other stuff on the road. I also wanted to tell you something really interesting, which is I have seen a movie. I've watched a movie a couple of days ago. Loved it. It's called It Follows. It's the best horror movie I've seen in the past at least 10 years. So it was really, really great. There's not a lot of death going on. I mean, of course there is, but it's not really a splatter. It's not all about the blood. It's more about the aesthetics. And the music is incredible. I'm going to try today to hunt down the soundtrack. And I've done my research, and apparently the soundtrack also exists in vinyl form, as a long play. So that would be great too. But very unpractical to travel. However, whenever I go online to check it out, it says it's sold out or not yet available. It might become available soon, so I might be getting that when I get back to Europe, because it's easier to transport. I mean, it's a huge vinyl. I don't really think it's a good idea to travel with it. But the CD, for sure, I have to find that one. So check that movie out. It's so elegant. As elegant as a horror movie can be, it can be, and this one is. Alright. So this should be the MOCA, Museum of Contemporary Art. And yet another garage for me in America. So looking for a parking spot. I'm gonna try to be quick because this is so expensive. I'm not happy with culture having to be so expensive. That's the thing that, you know, in many places in Europe you can have free culture. Here it costs. Education costs. Everything related to education costs. Okay, so I'm gonna run. Let's see what happens. So I was saying, education costs, schools costs, exhibitions costs, museums, opera, theater, everything is a costly endeavor in this country. But let's hope it's worth it. I'm gonna see the exhibition now. I'm hopefully in the right place. Oh well. We'll figure it out in a second. Blue hues and red hues. So my hair is a mess. In the middle of something that's Star Wagons. Where is it? So they're shooting apparently a movie here. And nothing Star Wars related, of course. And here we have the Bernhard Willhelm exhibition poster. That's him, by the way. He's very obsessed with body. Hi everybody, so here we are about to enter the exhibition. I've already been inside, I'm out again. I filmed everything, but I'm just gonna warn you guys at this point. It's graphic, some images are intense, so if you by any chance are easily shocked. I mean, I'm not, so for me it was fine, but just in case, you know, just letting you guys know, get ready to enter an apocalyptic vision in the year 3000 by Bernhard Willhelm. And here we are inside the exhibition. I am taping over the sound so I can guide you through. This is the text that is on the first wall before you enter. You could read it. You could pause this video at any time and read through the text if you wish. You could also turn off the audio if you wish to experience the exhibition without my blabbering. But just in case you want to keep listening to my walkthrough, then stay tuned. So this would conclude the presentation text. Camera shifting to the floor. Here we are in the first room with a sort of James Bond meets other action movies and characters. Display of a humanoid puppet hanging from the ceiling atop of a gigantic aquarium with vacuum pressed and sealed Vogue and other magazines inside. The top of the water has a sort of adilettes or sandals. Even look you. I can't read this. Doesn't matter. There is the humanoid puppet dressed in yellow tones with these sneakers, which I do believe, I mean, also Wilhelm is wearing them on the poster. I would suppose that they are his creation or his with Camper or somebody else's. I would say they are his on the puppet. I find the sole of these sneakers very amusing and interesting, loving the design, very biological and almost organic looking. There are two of these outfits or knitted garments with threads and pearly or crystally gems attached to them. A pale one or white one and a black one. Now, these are, let's say, to me, more of a conceptual piece. Of course, I'm sure you could wear them, but they hang as garments that are more there to be presented rather than worn. There is a t-shirt with a graphic drawing on top of it, sprayed or printed, I'm not so sure. But in any case, the display of these garments is as all so often is the case with Bernhard Willhelm, is usually, done in a very gallery space type of way, very art type of way. So he tries to transcend mere design and fashion and enter the realms of art, which he does manage sometimes, other times not. But in this case, let's see how the exhibition progresses. For now, these are the two garments that are hanging on metal installation hooks or protrusions from the wall that are mounted up on a white gallery space. So it's kind of a white cube situation for now. On the ceiling, you see how the yellow wires have been hooked to the ceiling. I always like to see how magic works in a way, so that's why I like to show all these things that are not really very aesthetical to see, but to me, actually, they are. Now we're moving to the two photos of two hands with blue gloves holding sculptural elements, which are made up of, I would say, jersey pieces or garments and other chemical substances that united form these little sculptural things that look organic and alive, almost as if corals from another planet. That is also often the case with Bernhard Willhelm. For those of you who might know, Bjork has been dressed by him during her entire Volta era, and not just, also before and after that. Bjork is a fan of Bernhard Willhelm. Now we're moving up the staircase, going upstairs to the second big room. What you just saw there were posters with Bernhard Willhelm. That's me, by the way, saying hi to everybody. And just showing you that I'm the one who's filming here, not somebody else. Hi. And the other chick next to Bernhard Willhelm is Jutta Kraus, and they actually work together. So it is a team effort always. Even though the brand is Bernhard Willhelm, Jutta Kraus is, I would say, half of the creative input of every collection. Now we're entering the space with crayons and texts. A lot of text. Hydrate Me, Wash, Kakadu, Plum Infused Moisture Delivery Shampoo. Again, here you could pause the video at any time and read the texts if you wish. These crayons are adorable. I used to have them when I was a kid. Should you get that haircut? Do you want to feel like you rule the world? Yes, but I'm afraid of power. Are you a coward? I am not. Then get a cut. And so on. So this is kind of maybe taken out of promotions or commercials from different sorts of brands and companies that would like you to get their haircut with them. There's a new fashion balance this month, wherein small changes equal. Vogue's last word on fashion. In this issue, international preview, The Shape of Things to Come. Vogue Raves, December 62 or 82. And another crayon, this case purple. And we have Tutankhamun on the floor in the shape of a lamp or some other Egyptian deity. The beautification of Bruce. I guess we all know what Bruce we're talking about here. You could read the list of things that are changing in Bruce's life, which is kind of a topic that is very actual at the moment, as seen on television in various interviews, but one of the most famous and the only allegedly famous, well, allegedly, no, it really is the most famous one, is the one Bruce gave him or herself to TV. Rules and regulations for this dress. Leave one button undone and wear nothing under this dress. Ideas updated monthly. This is published by, again, Kakadu Plum, we don't know. But a lot of these texts kind of are referential, don't really have logic to them in relationship to this collection. It's just an aesthetical choice to have them. Editor's note. I think it was just an aesthetical choice to put them there because text is kind of always interesting when combined with design and anything artsy-fartsy. The editors. This was Black Inches, March 1999. Okay, a pink crayon this time. I'm loving that blue carpet, by the way. Bernhard Willhelm usually, he did spend a period where every exhibition, you see the error I just made, every collection was an exhibition. Now that he's, I think, living in LA, the collections, because his logo states Bernhard Willhelm Los Angeles, used to state Paris, because he used to live in Paris. So I guess the logos change according to where he moves and lives at the moment. The exhibition or the collection right now for Fall Winter 15 is exhibited in the MOCA. So he's definitely pushing that limit of art within design. This is one of the guys that posed and modeled for him, and we see a sort of kind of interpretation of what evolution could be from kneeling down and standing upwards straight till we reach full illumination, let's say, and evolution. What we see on the floor are creams and moisturizers and a lot of things that I was told at the entrance of the exhibition Bernhard is a fan of, so he wanted to have them all over the place. This is apparently a brand that is very popular here, but we're going to get to that in a bit when I show more close-ups of the various products. And we have the model standing almost completely upright before we meet the bird. And then we have again a sort of Buddha-like blow-up doll that is seated in the room with the model posing and making a certain gesture. We will get to that in a second as well. We have little creams and lotions on the floor, and on the other side of these panels, or in Coco Chanel's vision of the world, they would have been Coromandel's probably, we have Bernhard Willhelm himself, again in the same shape, and the kakadu at the end of the row of all of these panels. Bernhard Willhelm also from a knee-like position protrudes and stands up on the last one. Do we have a close-up here? Kevin Murphy, undressed. So Kevin Murphy's products are featured all over the place, not just on the floor, but also on tables that are coming up soon. But here is another couple of close-ups of what is happening on the floor. And what is very interesting, these blue spray-painted elements on the wall are very interesting, especially because they positioned different design objects in front of them and then spray-painted the wall and took them away. So they look like shadows of ghosts or something that has been there and is long gone. So it's a very poetic approach to a representation of a fashion collection, that is for sure. The ginormous blow-up Buddha-like creature, as you can see, it is very, very tall. I would say at least 3 meters or 3.5 meters tall. Or 2.5 meters tall, I'm not so sure. But within it is a monitor with the model and I will portray, here I'm filming the entire sequence. What happens is, there you go, he lifts his head, a lot of star-like elements come inside of him, and then he blows them out. What you will see soon is on the other side of the room is a symmetric representation of the same Buddha, the same kind of blow-up doll with another monitor, and Bernhard Willhelm is in it. He's also blowing out and blowing in the stars. So they might be communicating between them. Not sure about that, whether or not that was intentional. I would suggest it was. Now we see the central part of the exhibition, the central room, which is kind of a gathering or a meeting, a lot of tables. It's like a committee, unification of all of these creatures that are alive in the year 3000. And they are, in a way, we don't know if they just had a fight or no fight, or if they're frozen in time, if they're alive or dead, what they are depicting exactly. But what we do know for sure is those are garments made by Bernhard Willhelm they are wearing, and they are part, whether or not they're going to go into production, I'm not so sure about that, but they are part of his Fall/Winter 15 collection. The tables also have texts on them, printed texts from various newspapers, magazines, ads, and so forth, as well as the beauty products, almost positioned like dominoes. Between us, the joy of working, re-energize your home, royal rewards. This house is so much like me that it is like talking to myself, says American expatriate painter, sculptor, C.Y. Twombly. Anyway, oh, this is an interesting jacket. Now, all of these little cowboy bits are like plastic panels that have been stitched onto the jacket. So, as you can see on the sleeve, they kind of pop out a little bit. A lot of work went into it. A lot of respect goes to this little cowboy-looking jacket, that's for sure. Here on the wall, we have the actual text saying, yeah. I'm zooming out again. I didn't get a chance to read it, but you could definitely pause and read it better. Kevin Murphy, Rough Rider, Stronghold, Matte Clay. That is another product I was told again Bernhard Willhelm is very fond of. Here we go, the jacket. The zipper has a pacifier on it. That is very nice. The pacifier can be purchased in the museum shop store, by the way. All of these humanoid puppets have tongues protruding out in a very sickly manner, if you want. Let's see if I can manage to read now. In this daylight hours of 26th April 3000, 1610, in a narrow swath across the United States, the sun will seemingly go out. So it's an apocalyptic vision, definitely. I mean, it's a fun vision as well because it's colorful, at least. We're not just seeing black and gray hues as many envision apocalyptic, or red, dark, intense red and fires, as many envision apocalyptic scenario to look like. This one is more colorful friendly or color friendly. Nevertheless, it kind of triggers a sort of fear or a sort of a state of unpleasant unease and tension, which is definitely something good in this case because it makes you focus more. You see, I'm very focused in this scene. Just so that you guys know, the actual sound within the exhibition is completely silent. All we hear is like a gong going every couple of seconds, and that is it's a gong that is very repetitious, and it is kind of calming and soothing, but at the same time it wakes you up and keeps you focused. And that is the only sound present in the exhibition. So you could definitely turn my babbling off and turn on a sort of gong sound and just listen to that while you're looking at the video. That will basically catapult you back to the actual space in the MOCA when I visited it. Some of these humanoid puppets are carrying the crayons. Here we have more magazines that are vacuum sealed and kind of preserved for eternity. Here we see a garment. Bernhard Willhelm did a lot of these. You see the pocket on the back of the jacket of this humanoid puppet. These kind of pockets that look like nets or cages. I'm very intrigued by those. I didn't go to Fashion Week. That's a playful little statement. Of course, it definitely awakens the need in many of us to not have anything to do with all the stress related to Fashion Week, because for those of you who have been to Fashion Weeks anywhere across the world, especially the Paris one, New York one, or Milan, it's very hectic and not always pleasant. More Kevin Murphy products, undressed in a white package, a lot of lotions, potions. Another humanoid puppet. You see the top of the hat of that one has, again, the cage form shape that we see on many pockets, and that is repeating itself throughout the collection. It kind of unifies the entire collection because it makes you aware that all of these pieces are connected in a way. It is definitely an element that was well chosen because it completely gives you the idea of unity. As do all of these Kevin Murphy products, which at this point I'm going to have to try because, I mean, Willhelm just pushed them in your face to the extreme, so I guess it's worth trying them out because I haven't to date. Camouflage on the back of the puppet. Here we are entering, let's call this like the third space in a way, or the fourth maybe even, where a lot of posters, pictures, and little drawings and paintings are depicted. Again, we have this vision of a past or of a memory pattern by a chair being shifted and the spray paint being kind of just thrown all over it, and then we have its shadow cast on white though, so it's a negative on the wall. Very interesting, very poetic, beautiful color combination, very fresh to look at. All of these patterns and combination of movements or still life within space trigger certain memory patterns within the viewer. Again, we have the cage shaped pocket or application or ornament on this garment. Here we have Bernhard Willhelm himself acting up the scene, and as I said before, this definitely gives you the impression that he is communicating with the other model on the other side of the room, as these two big blow-up black dolls or Buddha-like dolls are kind of symmetrically positioned in the space. You have another little, oh my god, diction, Dacob, chair with a poster photo depicting the image of the lookbook of the Fall Winter 15 collection, again with the cage ornament, again Bernhard Willhelm, and again we have here the blow-up doll. And moving to the back corner of the room, we have Bernhard Willhelm again. He likes to portray himself a lot. Why not? I say as long as the actual designer of a brand is alive, I think they are always their own best models and wearers because they know exactly what they want. They have created the vision and they know how to depict it. That is Bernhard Willhelm again. As you guys know, my obsession and passion for Coco Chanel, I'm also of the idea, it was always said that Chanel was her own best model, which is true. Nothing screams Chanel as Chanel herself wearing her own jackets and bags. Bernhard Willhelm is doing a great job being his own model. I would like to see even more of that. And as I said, as long as a designer is alive, they should definitely consider at least wearing their own products and creations because it tells more of a story. It gives us a deeper meaning of what they really wanted to tell us because it relates directly to them. And something that relates directly and personally to the actual creator is always more art to me and more introvert than just a mere cut style design and cold representation of it in stores, as for example H&M would do. There's no comparison at all here. I just said H&M because they usually copy everything else that comes out there. Beautiful color combination and schemes with amazing illuminated light intense yellow patterns and blue patterns and photography that is almost painting. Actually, it is painting. Most of these garments have been kind of painted and altered manually. Very elegant representation of Bernhard Willhelm's collection, Fall Winter 2015. Again, the cage-shaped ornaments on the belly and on the neck of that garment. More models here interacting. Bernhard Willhelm with blue gloves. They are leather blue gloves. It's a beautiful hue of blue. We have a little unicorn here that resembles My Little Pony. Okay, so 18 pounds of cocaine with a K, 12 pounds of Craig and 7 blah blah male strippers, but make sure none of them are white. I can't see the lines if not, haha. Yes, a lot of games and playfulness. In Bernhard Willhelm's 2008 collection, he also made a lot of allusions to certain drugs. That is something that goes throughout all of his collections. Now, this is Super Dacob walking through the exhibition, trying to figure everything out, swallowing it, absorbing it all in, because it definitely is worth seeing. And the exhibition itself is free of charge, but you have to pay a lot for parking. So they get their money out of the parking. So actually it's not free of charge. So, you know, you want to be relatively quick because you don't want to end up spending the 16 something dollars for parking, which is insane. But in case you do, go for it. It's definitely worth spending some time there. It's a very meditative state. Here I am again, and I'm gone again. And the total view of the central room from a little slightly different angle for you guys to see. And here I am again. I am about to say goodbye here, I think. But before that happens, I will say goodbye now. And there I am. I'm ready. I'm getting ready. Am I? Yes, I am. There I am. And here is the museum, the little museum shop at the entrance. I think it is a great museum shop. It is the first museum shop where I actually bought that little catalog with the pacifier. I'll tell you about that in a second when I'm back in the car. These are little objects made by Bernhard Willhelm. It was so sweet. He actually told the salesperson at the door to tell everybody that those chicken bones, that chicken was eaten before the bones were actually taken to be molded and to be shaped in aluminum and then painted. So you will, if you purchase them, they are made out of metal. But that chicken has been kind of used completely. It hasn't been killed just for the sake of that one bone that has then been cast in aluminum. You could buy the pacifiers as well. Those kakadu birds or parakeet-shaped birds are also available for purchase. Those bags are really expensive, over $300, so I didn't go for that. But you could purchase the camper shoes by Bernhard Willhelm, the Maikita sunglasses by Bernhard Willhelm. So this is the catalog that I purchased at the exhibition in the MOCA, the Museum of Contemporary Art. And Bernhard apparently printed it himself or somebody for him. So it's a cute little handmade thing. Lovely. It was $15 plus tax. And the whole exhibition that I kind of portrayed is depicted very lovingly into detail here. So that is another little thing you can get. The exhibition is at the MOCA, as I said, running to mid-May approximately. Here it doesn't really say. Yeah, it does. Los Angeles, and it doesn't want to zoom, focus, there it is. Los Angeles, February 7th to May 17th, 2015. So go visit it if you get a chance. It's a fun little exhibition. Focus. Reasonable, justifiable, tenable or tenable, acceptable, tolerable, supportable, maintainable, defensible. There you go. Thank you for watching my video, everybody, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. Give me a thumbs up and leave me comments in the comment section below. Love ya. Bye.